Have you ever thought to yourself, I wish there was a handbook for single women that helped us be better people and navigate through this world? And better yet, have you ever thought, I wish there was a book for like teenagers to help them as they start dating and forming their belief system and who they are as a person? I found it. It's right here. The book is called Ashy Men Will Make You Fat, a petty self-help guide. And one of my mutuals is the creator of this amazing book. This book is not about how to catch a man, how to keep a man, yada, yada, yada. This is about how to be a better you. Now, I get it. Ashy men will make you fat. Hold on. Before you get offended, the creators of this book do take some time in the beginning of it to explain why they chose that title. Now let's get to the other stuff. This book talks about you as a whole being, your mental health, your physical health, your financial health, your emotional health, sexual health, all the information in this book. As you can see, this book has post-it notes and highlighter marks all throughout it, from moments where I was like, aha, I need to remember that. One of my favorite things in this book is it's helping women learn the importance of setting boundaries. For example, if you become the lady that will always grab coffee, always organize a holiday party, plan and cook Sunday dinner, always have money to spare for your siblings or friend in a crunch, you will always be that person. Learning the importance of saying no. So if you're a single woman, or if you want a gift to give to your teenage daughter, this is the handbook that I wish that I had in my teens and 20s. Go get it. Ashy Men Will Make You Fat. I tagged my mutual here so you can get information on how to order this book. Go get it now.
You know, I both read and listen to a lot of books, so I've decided I need to start doing videos on various book hauls. And sometimes people suggest things to me, sometimes I just happen to be in a bookstore. There's this bookstore I love on the Upper West Side called Shakespeare & Co. that I will buy books from because I like to patron some independent bookstores. Because if I'm not patroning an independent bookstore, what's the point? I might as well just go to Audible or Amazon to get the book. But the latest book haul, and there's my cat in the background, hi kitty, is this one. It's called Ashy Men Will Make You Fat, a petty self-help guide. And I love this book. It's amazing, and I'll tell you why. This book covers everything from mental health care, self-care, to red flags in relationships, the whole 9 yards. But this is my favorite bit. This section, family planning is financial planning. It chronicles the very short, very tragic story of Dusty, a baby daddy who is very upset with the American justice system in terms of him having to pay child support and how expensive it is. And of course, at a certain point, he has a social media account where he talks about, ooh, the injustices to men, and probably eventually becomes an incel, or at best, one of those men's rights advocates dudes. For years, when people would hassle me about having children, I would bring up money and how the decision to have a baby is invariably connected to money. And I was told that I was a materialistic, cold, soulless bitch for thinking first and foremost about money when it came to creating children. And now, finally, people are having this conversation talking about how the decision to bring a child into the world is about money. You need to think about, can you afford this kid? Can you afford to pay child support? Can you afford the long-term financial impact of a kid? And I'm so glad that people, including the authors of this book, are finally talking about that and stating it plainly. My favorite line from the entire book is, every sexuationship doesn't need a souvenir. I don't think any relationship needs a souvenir, but that's my personal life choice. So instead of spreading your seed like you're watering a lawn of a house that you probably can't afford because you have so many children, maybe exercise some responsibility and plan a little bit. I also love how there's an action point at the end of every section. Like in this particular chapter, create a baseline budget, consider your savings goals, and really, really write down what you need and what you want financially so you can prepare for a kid if you want one. Pour into people that pour into you. The action point at the end of the chapter is, hey, call a friend that you haven't talked to in a long time. Ask them how they're doing, how their day was. I like if I'm gonna buy a self-help book, I like to have a self-help book that has action points, because there's nothing that drives me more nuts than like a self-help book that's full of all this weird, ethereal, non-specific buzzword language, but doesn't give you any actual action steps to do anything to improve your life. This does that. At the end of every section, there's some kind of action step. There's also a fun glossary at the end with one term I'd actually never heard before: testerical. Any male affected by uncontrolled extreme emotion similar to a childlike temper tantrum. The more you know. I'm tagging my mutual, one of the creators of this book, in the caption, and I highly recommend you go to the links in their bio and you get it, because it's fun. I love it.